And I'm Searles. You're watching SU News. Coming up in this half hour, we have COVID on campus. Reporter Imani James gets an inside look on how Suffolk University's Smith Cafe is doing now that a lot of students have left campus. Suffolk Student Government Association gives us an update on exactly what happened this semester with the pass-fail resolution, a resolution that did not succeed after it was denied by school administration. SU News reporter Oscar Torres gets us the details. Since the start of the pandemic, the food industry has become unstable. So how are restaurant employees being affected with colder weather and rising COVID cases? SU News reporter Sadia Croshaw has the answers. And lots of businesses have suffered because of the virus. Our reporter James Sanson talks to one local business to see how they've switched things up during the pandemic. As schools across New England make the switch to remote learning, one charity in New Hampshire is determined to serve children of all ages by whatever means necessary. How do you collect and distribute food in a pandemic? Let's take a look. I'm standing in front of the drop-off location for N68 Hours of Hunger in Nashua. At first glance, the building to my left looks like a bike storage facility. But walk a little further and you'll see the community's needs being met.
And pasta sauce went out this week. What did we decide? Big oatmeal?
Big oatmeal.
Program coordinator Jen Morton explains the mission of N68.
We are an entirely volunteer-run organization that feeds children who face food insecurity at home. It used to be over the weekend, pre-COVID. That's where the 68 hours comes from.
68 hours refers to the time between a child's last school-provided meal on Friday and first school-provided meal on Monday.
And then we'll just do the...
Morton said her team was prepared enough to anticipate the March shutdowns.
We had an event planned for the next day to pack an extra large bag of food that provided more like 20 meals of food rather than the 7 that we usually provide every weekend, so that we could kick off any kind of shutdown with an extra large bag of food for every child.
COVID has also made donations more complicated. The drop-off shed has been utilized now more than ever. Sorting donations used to take a team one weeknight.
So now contained pods come to the storage space. Even though the students are not face-to-face in session, the teachers, guidance counselors, social workers, nurses, everybody, administrators are still working, and they come here on Monday mornings at 9 a.m. and they pick up all the bags and they take them to their schools and they distribute them to families throughout the week whenever the families are coming to the school.
One of the biggest problems is the lack of community food drives.
We took a hit in that those food drives used to be about $5,000 worth of food that we were donated in a day. During COVID, our numbers of children that we're feeding have gone up. We were doing about 325 to 350 children a week pre-COVID. Now we're hovering between 375 and 400. I do expect this winter we will go over 400. Oftentimes January, February are our biggest months. Those are the months when families have to choose between heating their homes or feeding their children.
Morton hopes for the best, but is prepared to serve regardless of the outcome post-virus.
I would love to see the economy bounce back to a point where our numbers drop again, but if they don't, we're here.
In Nashua, New Hampshire, I'm Sam Searles.
Coming up, how student athletes are handling the death of soccer legend Diego Maradona.
And later, we have the latest on the most watched TV shows of 2020 and what you should be binging next. Stay with us. You're watching SU News.